I wanted to give a quick tip video on how to install the IMS super stock foot pegs on the KLR 650. This is the generation 3 model, but I'm assuming it would work for most generations. These are known to be a big pain in the ass. You really can't see it, but the spring that goes on these foot pegs and wraps around the bracket right there makes these foot pegs an absolute pain in the ass to line up when you're trying to drive the pivot pin right into the bracket mounts. What I found works is you take a C-clamp, like I have right here, and this has a pivoting end to it, so this can actually pivot on the end of the on the part of the foot peg that goes into the bracket here. You have the bottom end of the C-clip that's going right here. I have a piece of cloth on here to protect the paint on the brackets. But really the best idea that I found that worked for me was that when these foot pegs are in here just a little bit loose when you first put them in, pivot this edge against the bevel edge of the foot peg and just slowly clamp down on the C-clip. If you happen to have one of these things, these are invaluable. They're great tools. So you just slowly clip down on them, and it should align with this hole. The hole where this pin goes. If it doesn't, you just want to hold on this C-clip a little bit and give it a tight wrap with a rubber mallet right against here until it aligns, and you should be able to just drive this in with a hammer, or in my case, I drove it in with this very, very lightly, careful not to hit the engine. And I also used a punch to help guide it in a little bit. So hopefully that helps out anybody who wants to install these. I had to figure things out the hard way on the other foot peg, which may have involved a few choice words and some flying objects. But once I got the idea of using the C-clip, that pretty much solved everything here. Let me undo this for you. I'll show you what I'm talking about if I can. So you will see that on the edge of the foot peg here, there's a little bit of a bevel right there. So what you do is you take this edge here, you can see how it pivots, and you just position it against the bevel here when it's outside of the foot peg, and you make sure that the bottom part there is seated up against the bracket, and you just slowly crank on it until it starts to line up ever so slowly. Patience is the key, but I'm telling you, that's a patience saver there. So hopefully it helps somebody out. All right, have a good day.